struggling to get the fucking charge attacks out with her. God, that was so cumbersome. It would have been just so much easier just to use your party members. God.
Even so. Okay. I guess you're right. Under the circumstances, it was a wise decision. You traded your eyes for an incredible victory. In business terms, I suppose that's a huge return on investment.
I'd be hard-pressed to argue otherwise.
Still, I don't like this outcome, and I don't want you to lose your sight for good. People suffer when they make sacrifices they shouldn't have to make. Whether that means faith, strength, or in this case, your ability to even see. I had hoped you could win without sacrificing so much as a single hair on your head.
Thank you. Really.
All done. Don't try and open your eyes just yet. We'll see how you're doing in a couple of days. Until then, please follow your recovery plan to the letter.
It really does suck. Like, I wanted to see Varka fight and Dainsley fight, man.
I'll send full details through Yehoda. For now, just get yourself home, relax, and rest. My dear friends, we have fought bravely and achieved a spectacular victory. A dark cloud has been lifted from the skies of Nodcry. All in this land will be grateful for what you have done.
Now, it's quite interesting because we didn't beat him. Basically, we sent him through the Moon Gate, and they said they don't know where the Moon Gate leads. And due to his immortality, he's going to make it to the other side this time. So, it's a question mark. It's like, where is he now? Is he on the moon? We don't know where the Moon Gate goes to. It's interesting.
The moon will remember this day. Thank you both.
Yehoda shows up, helps Nefer home, and you, of course, and Paimon escort you back. The sight of Nefer navigating the world with her eyes closed is a new one for you. Proceeds cautious, but as her silhouette disappears in the distance, you notice he seems almost smug.
There's something I want to let you know.
What is it?
When Durin connected everyone's minds so I could access their powers, I also felt everything they felt. And since Nefer's eyes were injured, my eyes are hurting now too.
Hold on. Let me try.
I only feel the pain. There's no actual damage. I just thought I should tell you.
You're right. There's no damage. That's a relief. But I must say, I'm surprised to hear the Kutar share something like this with me. In the past, you never used to open up about yourself.
Things are a little different now from how they were. I'm learning to share how I truly feel with my friends.
Friends? You have no idea how glad I am to hear that.
Break into a smile when the world of friends, warm, fuzzy feeling fills your chest. One by one, your fellow teammates report to inform you everything is under control, and Lama insists you lie down. You fought on the front lines against Rira, and now you need rest.
How you feeling? Any aches and pains? Did you sleep well?
I'm doing all right, Paimon. No need to worry about me.
Phew! Well, that's good. Paimon's been sitting on the edge of the bed worrying about you for ages. You slept a whole day and night. Poor Paimon had to eat all by her lonesome.
Glad to hear you didn't starve. How is the food?
Well, It wasn't the same without you there to share it. Honestly, Paimon just can't relax when you're not your usual self. She couldn't enjoy the food and settle down to sleep.
Well, I'm back to normal now.
Oh yeah, and Albedo swung by earlier. He said to tell you to head to the tavern when you woke up. Barker and the others are organizing a victory feast and they want to celebrate with you. He also dropped off some medical supplies, but you seem fit as a fiddle, so guess you won't be needing those. If you're feeling up to it, let's head over now. Wouldn't want to keep them waiting. We're here!
Traveler and Paimon! Perfect timing! We were literally just saying how there's no way we're holding this victory feast without you any longer, and we would have postponed it till tomorrow.
How are you feeling today?
Much better, thanks. Don't worry about me.
Relieved to hear it. If that changes, just let me know. Happy to check you over at any time.
Yep, we're here for you. Anything you need, just let us know.
Oh wait, where's Nefer?
How are her eyes doing?
Nefer's right over there. I'm sure she'd love to catch up with you.
Oh god. Ew. Ew. No. Fucking Dory.
Traveler, Paimon, are you recovering well? Turns out that moon chanter has some real talent after all. My eyes were mostly recovered after just a couple days rest. I can actually open them again now.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful. Lauma says not to strain your eyes while they're still healing.
Yes, thank you. I'm well aware.
Yehoda, could I borrow you for a moment? I could do with an extra pair of hands.
Oh, sure. Coming. Did you hear that? I gotta go help Lauma for a second. You guys chat among yourselves. I'll grab us some drinks on the way back. Paimon, you still like 'em sweet?
You bet! Make it extra sweet, because Paimon's earned it!
Sure thing!
The Raker of Solnari. Kind of a snake, don't you think? No, definitely a snake. A poisonous one who spewed his venomous hatred everywhere. Anyone who seeks revenge out of hatred for other people has become a snake. That's something my dad used to say. Perhaps. I'm sure it sounds like a very wise and open-hearted perspective to your ears. But me? I think hatred is a perfectly justifiable emotion. What else is left when everything you depended on in life gets stripped away? Something's gotta fuel that drive to keep on living. If you're worried about me, you can nip that in the bud. I'm not someone who gets stuck in the past. It's just... I suddenly feel like I was wrong to call my father a liar. He was just a fool. That's why the Academia turned their back on him, and why the other tribes ganged up on him. Oh, Father. How much better things could have been if you were a skilled liar. Look at the Ibis King. Thoth is a fiendishly cunning liar. And yet, strangely, he feels more like a father to me than my real dad ever was. He's never brought it up, but I'd bet he feels the same way. Why else would he give me the power to perceive the truth, while at the same time training me in the art of deception? Well, King Deshret banished him to Aru, which is essentially a prison, and posed 3 questions to him. He promised that he'd have his freedom if he could find the answers. His response was to take on a physical form and approach me, hoping that I could become his envoy and search for one of the answers on his behalf. Did he really think I'd fall for that? He's stuck there. He can't make me return what he gave to me. So that's enough for you to decide he's nice, is it? He's a prisoner, and he was scared. So he decided to perform some good deeds to win people's approval. He lives in fear because he's a deceiver. How is Rerir any different? You can't work as a spy your whole life and expect a happy ending. It's preposterous. Yet I can't say I don't understand it. Liars live in the darkness of their own making. But it's still human nature to want to go on living. They say that a liar's soul is the most worthless thing in the world. What do you think? Good. If you understand that, it means you're smart, and you see things objectively. If you ask me, the soul of a liar really is worth nothing, because all they care about is themselves. For example, when something good falls into my lap, I don't go sharing the news around. Stops other people trying to steal it from me. So be it. They have sharp ears. I can't keep anything from them. Oh, is that what it looks like? Well, you all know my past now, and I can't simply eliminate everyone who knows too much. So I guess I just have to put up with you. For the foreseeable future, at least. When you find yourself in a situation you can't control, the safest play is to keep calm and start monitoring everyone involved like a hawk. In the intelligence world, you need to have a sense of perspective and play your hand accordingly. If you understand what's at stake, please ensure my secret is safe with you. Very good.
Oh, wait! Now that the panic's over and we've all calmed down, Paimon suddenly remembered something. After all that build-up, our mystery ally never showed up even once.
Nicole. Did she? From indoors?
Huh? Am I imagining things?
Was that Nicole?
So, that close colleague who stayed behind with you? What's he been up to recently?
Don't know, don't care. I get more normal human interaction from hanging out with Bosco too than him. Although, now you mention it, he hasn't bothered me in a while. I wonder if...
If he's disappeared without a trace, it's the biggest gift he ever gave to the world. But I somehow doubt that's what's going on. He won't lie low forever. So we'd better stay on guard.
Vittori? Oh god, no, skipping this.
Ah, Lord Sangama Bay. I must thank you for...
Why come and ask?
I mostly came...
That's more like it. A little gratitude goes a long way with Lord Sangama Bay. Play your card.
The chance to work with such a kind and charitable...
See, this is just useless fluff.
Stop!
It's nothing to...
How?
You're a curious, but I'm afraid no matter... You did it for Sumeru.
It was empty land. Disasters are capricious things. They strike. My elder sister used to dream of finding a sanctuary. It was something I looked. The tech people.
It's a pity that...
So?
But surely you have...
You don't get it. Just thinking about...
Thank you.
For...
And the pen.
Oh, that.
Seems like we've both...
Yeah. So long that...
That would be your
Yeah. It's not like my sister can't help me now.
Not everything.
Yeah.
Well, that...
Oh, absolute. You've got a lock of...
I appreciate...
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to.
How have you been holding up? Any adverse reactions? If you start to take a turn for the worse, make sure you tell me right away.
You don't need to worry about me, Grandmaster. I'm fine. I mean, I barely did anything, so...
What? You're too humble, young man.
You played an indispensable role in the battle for Nodcry. We can't thank you enough for your support. Sometimes, when people praise you, it's because you deserve it. The best thing is to accept it calmly and with grace.
Let's do a quick demonstration. Albedo, that was an incredible feat of alchemy. The pressure was on, but you worked flawlessly at lightning speed to get the job done.
Thank you. I can't take all the credit, though. Durin played a big part in forming the alchemical array.
See? Did you catch that? A masterclass in how to take a compliment.
Okay, yeah. I did work pretty hard to help prepare for the battle. No point denying that.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, look who's bounced back. Looking good, Traveler.
Seems like you've recovered. You won't need to take any more medication.
Can I get you a drink?
Huh? You know how to order at a bar now? You've sure learned a lot recently.
Handling a drinks order is ridiculously simple compared to alchemy. Don't worry, I'll blend into society yet.
Paimon believes it. You're clearly a fast learner, just like your brother. To be totally honest, though, Paimon didn't quite follow all the details when you first explained the plan to us.
Don't worry, that's completely understandable. Unless you're a student of alchemy, it's hard to grasp the principle and how the process works.
To put it in the simplest terms, we saw how our enemy stole the power of Kuvaki. And that gave us the idea of stealing his power to turn it against him. When facing an enemy you have no hope of defeating, it's best not to engage them in battle. So, instead of looking for a way to overpower him, we decided to help Columbina get strong enough to at least stand up to him in a fight. For this to work, we had to analyze his modes of attack, confirm who his main target was, and make sure that he wouldn't go beyond the range of the alchemical array. For added security, we prepared a total of 4 arrays. But to mitigate the impact of the battle, we identified one location in particular as the ideal spot, which is where the confrontation took place. The alchemical array absorbed his abyssal power. Then Durin processed it to render it usable by Columbina. That power enabled her to do what would otherwise have been nigh on impossible.
What surprised me was that Dainsleif actually agreed to join us. Given his history with Rarir, he had every right to sit this one out. But we're extremely grateful for the decision he made.
It must have been a painful choice to make. But I'm sure that making a decision was far better for him than staying in limbo.
Absolutely. He was torn between 2 paths, but in the end, he made his choice and stuck to it resolutely. He doesn't strike me as the sort of person who'd stay trapped in limbo for long. Anyway, however you cut it, everyone gave a stellar performance. And now, it's time to kick back and celebrate.
That's the only reason you're here.
Yes. I've thought a lot about it. And I've realized that you, me, and Arlecchino should be friends. I think this is very important. So I felt I had to come and tell you.
Well, this is a new one. I'm so moved. I can't even hold my teacup. If that's all, you can leave now.
Do you not want to be friends with me? Or is it that you prefer being co-workers?
What is this, Columbina? Are you deliberately testing my patience threshold? Right now, my politeness module is active. But if you say another word, I swear I'll shut it down.
If your politeness module was active, wouldn't you say the word please at some point?
Polonia, please see Lady Columbina to the door.
Will you still invite me to your next tea party?
What?
Yes, I think you will. Bye-bye, dear Sandrone.
Oh god, I actually came here?
Last time, the Wild Hunt escorted you out. Would you rather I handled it myself this time?
We just wanted to, see how you were doing now that it's all over.
Why? Out of concern for my safety? I hope you didn't seriously think that the Rayhir of Solnari would be able to lay so much as a finger upon me, given how prepared I was.
Mostly because you kind of helped us out, so we just wanted to check you were okay. Looks like all your robots are fixed, huh?
Oh, don't you worry about that. Tea time is already a write-off. The visitor before you managed to kill my appetite. If you're in the mood for tea, go ahead and help yourself. Otherwise, it's going to waste. My coasters are still missing in action, though. Use this notebook instead.
Whoa! Pretty hefty notebook. Look at all those calculations.
You can ignore those. They're just dumb scribblings. I doodle and write in my free time. Sometimes I remember the distant dreamlike past. Sometimes I imagine the far-flung future. And other times, I grit my teeth and note down all the crazy nonsense going on in the present. Some people do the crosswords in the newspaper. This is my equivalent of that. Trying to predict the future is like daydreaming. And writing about the present just makes me furious. The past is my favorite. If nothing else, it's already set in stone, so I don't have to rack my brains trying to figure it all out. Huh. Although, having said that, the only vaguely interesting memory in my past is probably that guy they call Lord Artificer.
Who? Who? What? Who's this person? Lord Artificer? I don't know who this is. I don't remember. Did they mention this in the game?
Who else? Pretty much all the mecha and Fontaine are his personal handiwork.
Wait, are you saying you know him? Like, personally? As a friend?
I mean, I guess we were friendly enough. Yep. In fact, I'm probably the only normal person left who knew him at all. We used to chat occasionally back when he was still around. Before he passed away, he asked me to destroy all his manuscripts. I honored his request, but I did read through everything first before destroying them. I mean, I couldn't let the genius of Lord Artificer Alain Guillotin disappear like that. Would have been such a waste.
So, that's where the formulas in your notebook are from?
I just told you. Those are my equivalent of crossword puzzles. They're just dumb formulas that I solve for fun when I'm bored. Alain's work was like epic poetry. The formulas in my notebook are just silly little riddles in comparison. Not that there's anything bad about them. I mean, at least, solving those riddles isn't going to hurt anyone. Except me, 'cause I lose a few brain cells in the process. Anyway, while we're on the topic, I might as well tell you about what happened to him and his friends. Alain Guillotin had two close buddies, Renee and Jacob. They spent their childhood years together in the Narzissenkreuz Institute. They were all quite competitive, so there was some rivalry between them. But it was a friendly rivalry. But beneath the friendship and the rivalry ran something deeper, a sense of nostalgia for the past. Unfortunately, childhood would end, the prophecy would come true, the apocalypse would arrive, and the future would never be.
I'm guessing he's like on the far left because he has the wrench. I don't remember this story. Like this is supposed to be referencing the world story in Fontaine, the whole Mary Ann stupid thingy. I didn't pay attention. I have no idea who these people are or their significance. All I know is that this whole Mary Ann story in Fontaine was convoluted as bullshit. You have like 3 people all named Mary Ann.
A mad dream that would normally only capture the minds of lunatics begin to take root in their hearts. A dream of saving the world. And if Renee and Alain had been people of lesser wits, that dream would probably have ended up as something for them to joke about in their older years. But alas, they were some of the sharpest minds around. They nurtured that dream with the full power of their intellect, and it grew into something that ate away at their souls. The first of them to fall under its spell was Renee. Against Alain's wishes, He persisted in experimenting on a mutual friend of theirs to try and save their life. Alain did not approve and parted ways with Renee. It's complicated. Alain wanted to believe that Renee only did what he did for the sake of their friendship. But when he told me about what happened, I could tell he still had some suspicions about Renee's motives. Perhaps the seed that would grow into a nightmare had already sprouted in Renee's mind. Even then. The next time they met, Renee's soul had been completely engulfed by the dream of salvation. His futile attempt to change the tide of fate only resulted in a wave that swallowed up the world, even before the apocalypse came. And although that wave died down eventually, I hear that it just recently came back with a vengeance.
What? Again, I don't. I'm gonna have to look at some lore videos here. I don't understand the significance right now. I know this has to do something with the primordial sea thing, because this thing was like a big monster and we fought.
As I understand, Renee wanted to live out his dream of salvation once more.
Yeah.
But I'm told that the attempted resurgence finally died out for good. At long last, Renee awoke from his deluded dream. Though of course by then it was far too late. What do you think of Renee? Do you admire his transcendent genius? His view that any price was worth paying to achieve the lofty goal of saving the world? Or do you despise him? Dismiss him as an evil madman who wrought havoc on the lives of everyone around him as he pursued his delusional dream. Same difference, really. Just a matter of perspective. What a cop-out. But I suspect you'd have a more incisive and insightful answer if we dug into it further. I don't like fanatics who give up their whole lives for their ideology. Nor do I like fools who let their delusions take control. Maybe I could understand if Renee had just been an ordinary person. But he had a sage-like intellect. And still managed to get himself lost in a labyrinth of his own desires. Anyway, that's enough about Renee. Now, moving on to Alain Guillotin, the Lord Artificer. He managed to put a stop to the first storm whipped up by Renee. But after that, Alain lost his friends and family. To his credit, I suppose, the loss of his family and friends was purely a tragic accident. It's not like Alain sacrificed them for his cause or anything. After that, the only thing supporting his work was the same dream that had dragged his closest friend down to the abyss. But although the desire to save Fontaine drove him to found the Fontaine Research Institute, Alain continued to reject any form of transcendental knowledge or power. He was suspicious and fearful of it, having seen the way it had affected his closest friend. I think that formulas and machines derived solely from human intellect were the only thing that gave him a sense of spiritual comfort. Yet Alain's intellect was simply too great. It barely left him space to breathe in his lifetime. Once he realized that the end of his life was approaching, he finally accepted the truth. The Nazissenkreuz Institute needed someone, and a human being, to see its story through to the end. He quit working on his formulas, trading them in for the fairy tales that had played such a formative role in his childhood, but which he barely touched in his adult life. He told me that the director of the Nazissenkreuz Institute used to read those fairy tales to the children as bedtime stories. Apparently, they worked wonders at sending kids off to sleep. I think that all he wanted at that time in his life was to be able to sleep deeply without being plagued by depression. By that point, nothing else really mattered. At the very end, he laid down to rest in the ruins of the former Nazissenkreuz Institute orphanage, while the Fontaine Research Institute he had founded continued tirelessly with its work. Many years after that, tensions over competing dreams would once again cause a rift. This time between members of the Fontaine Research Institute.
I'm getting lost
but
here.
The actions of those fools had nothing at all to do with Alain.
What is going on? What is all this nonsense she's spouting? like she was supposed to be our enemy, and she you know didn't want to admit that she helped us and stuff and kick us out. I show up out of nowhere, and then dialogue after dialogue about people in Fontaine. This is not cry. Okay, something's happening here. Like, I think, like, this lore dump was supposed to happen in a proper story or something like that, but they forgot about it, and now they're just dumping it on you here. We were supposed to get a proper explanation of what happened in Fontaine and its history and everything like that, but they screwed up with the story, and now they have to like finish it, and so they're just lore dumping on you, and for some reason it's Sandrone who's telling us.
And that is the story of two people from the Narzissenkreuz Institute who both wanted to save the world. One went all in on his fantasy of salvation without ever looking back, and ended up calmly sinking to the bottom of the deepest sea. The other sought desperately to burn bright in his life, even though he wasn't sure where he was going. I do sometimes wonder, why is it that people like them have such grand hopes of saving the world? Even the grandest tree starts as a tiny seed. So perhaps, for each of them, their mission to save the world began with a very simple desire. To save. They were young children with friends and family who mattered to them. Desires to explore the meaning of life. Ambitions to have a successful career. They didn't want to see all of that taken away in one fell swoop. Or maybe they just wanted to find something to anchor themselves within the chaos, to stop them getting quietly swept away by the storms of life.
God, she's posing. This girl loves to pose.
But instead, the search for their own salvation took them down the rocky road laid out by fate. Do you think the desire to save oneself is enough of a justification to try and save the world?
What did she keep asking me?
The way you said that sounded just like Alain. I asked him the same question back when he was in his prime, putting all of his energy into his work. He gave the exact same answer as you did. No elaboration, just a quick short answer before getting right back to his work. He was always that way. All right, tea time's over. I owe Arlecchino a favor for telling me these stories. I'll have to bring a whole sack of gifts the next time I visit the House of the Hearth. I'm gonna go tinker with Polonia now. You guys can do whatever you want, as long as it doesn't involve interrupting me.
Okay, like, the Fatui aren't really threatening anymore, so, like, she's, like, openly talking to us now. We're almost, like, on friendly terms now.
Polonia, exit hibernation mode. Begin diagnostics.
That's it. We're done. That was the story. Whew. I kind of wish they kind of ended on that, that classic, a character stands there and then we ask some questions and they tell us about it. That was just a bunch of lore dump on characters, side characters from a world quest. I bet many content creators and people didn't do. Like, even me, I have a vague understanding what she's talking about, but I didn't pay attention to, like, the details of that quest. Anyways, yeah, it's a 7 out of 10. All right, I got what I wanted. I got the battle. I got the intense rush. Like, we gotta go. Right up, everything was good. Right up until they just fucking character dump on you about Nefer's backstory, which I didn't care about. If you don't care about, like, the character, then it feels like a slog. Like, back then, Where was it? Yeah, do you remember when like this was filled with character stories? And that they no longer do it. I understand they're integrating it into the Archon quest, but it still feels forced in. Like her backstory and everything had nothing to do with Rare or what was happening, and it was perfect. There was a certain agency going on in the story. It's like we got to get this done. We got to get this done. We got to get this done. The plans and everything like that, and we go into his memories and get the answers, and then bam, wall. Nefer's backstory out of nowhere. And it's like, what happened to the agency? Remember, like this, like Columbina's still in danger. We have to get this shit done. But no, we sit there and listen to Nefer's story. That oh god.
When you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some perspective.
So yeah, 7 out of 10. It would have been an 8.5 if it wasn't for that Nefer shit. It also loses points on the final battle. Rare is cool. The battle was cool. Everything was good, but the whole forced party setup of using the Hydro Traveler and Flynn's Nefer, I know a whole Nodcry, the entire Nodcry team. And then during the battle, you saw that I had trouble reading the instructions. And then it's like I'm running around dying, using food. It's like, what am I supposed to do? And it's like, apparently I'm supposed to use I know, and then he goes into his next phase, and then he's invisible. Then you're supposed to use Lauma, and then once you hit him with Lauma, you have to use Flynn's burst to hit him. But the thing is, I'm on controller, and that stupid delay of hitting L1 and X. I kept hitting it, L1 and X, all constantly. Every time Flynn's burst came up and it wouldn't do it, I kept on getting hit. And I kept on getting animation locked constantly in the fight. So yeah, it loses points on that. Sadly, it wasn't a good scripted fight. I was struggling with the mechanics that it didn't make me enjoy it. I did like the cutscene. All the cutscenes were great. All the cutscenes were great. Oh, you know what they should do? They should just make an anime an anime about the character stories. Like, yeah, bring this back, but it's just a 15 to a 20-minute anime cutscene about the character and their backstory. And it's here. It's not forced upon you. You can watch it when you have time. And you know, it's a lot better than pressing A, just going through it. Oh god. Just make it into an anime cutscene. An anime short or something like that about the character's past.
A little out of practice these days.
Anyways, this has been Age,
Any
and
conflicts around?
would you stop fucking talking? God.
Some peacemaking.
Alright, so I wonder where the story's gonna go. It's either gonna be about Vittore, or they're gonna start setting up the story for Shesnaya now. Because the Columbina story's done, right? Well, not really, because like the world is still rejecting her. She still hasn't. Oh yeah, the sky. That's right. This was all about the firmament, right? Breaking the illusion of the sky. That hasn't happened yet. So we still have that to look forward to as the big thing. breaking the sky. I really hope it does happen in the lunar versions of this game in Nod Cry. That would be good. That would be cool. Anyways, this has been Age. Please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Especially comment. You know, I always like seeing comments. You know, even if you say, "Oh, you're a piece of trash," and blah 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 blah. blah. I still like seeing it because it means that, hey, this person watched it up to this point. Also, if you do the story first and then you come watch me, it's like, what? Do you have the same reactions that I did, or was yours different? Did you enjoy points that I didn't do? Again, my point is, why didn't Dainsleif and Varka fight? Ugh. Oh yeah, and then, still have the Milliaster Wonderland shit test out. But, oh my god, what time is it? What time is it? Holy shit, it's 8 o'clock. I have been playing all night. Oh my god. I started playing 11 p.m. So I've been playing for 9 hours, dude. Yeah, oof, man, that was long. Anyways, this has been Age. Thanks for joining me, guys. I don't know what the next video is going to be. The next video is going to be like the next Spiral Abyss or something. I don't know. Unless, someone requests something that they want to see, hey, drop a line. This has been Age. Thanks for joining me.